At the moment, we live in an environment where there is increase in an Islamophobic attack, especially after Brexit. Personally, I have faced many verbal abuses and even sometimes physical abuses. In fact, I did an interview with the BBC once, and someone looked fearlessly at the camera and shouted at me, "You're an F-word bomber." This is what happens in the front of the camera. You can imagine what could happen behind it. Yeah. And for me, it's quite difficult to take. It's really painful because I'm actually not a bomber, I'm not a terrorist, I'm a molecular geneticist working in the lab trying to improve the life quality of cancer patients. This is who I am. Yet there's a person in the street has the guts, has the courage to call me, "You're an F-word bomber."
So can we, the other sort of fundamental thing is why? Why do you wear it?
I wear it because it's my own personal spiritual journey. I believe it's my own way to connect with God. It doesn't mean that I am undermining women who chose not to wear it, or they wear the headscarf, or they don't wear it at all. It is just my own personal journey. It's an act of worship. I believe that I will be rewarded if I can wear it. But also it has become part of my identity as well as my faith, and also a symbol of resistance to all these stereotype and negative perception about Muslim women. What we hear a lot of the time is that Muslim women is isolated, is uneducated, is failing to integrate. But the truth is that they haven't really spoken to women like me. Because Muslim women who chose to wear it are actually minority within a minority. So a lot of people did not have the chance to interact with veiled women. And then they have this negative perception and negative highlights in the media about Muslims in general. And then they see me in the street and they abuse me and other women.
Dr. Taj, you say this is a toxic ideology.
Yes, because it's got nothing to do with Islam. For people who say this is part of the spiritual journey, part of religion, I have a very simple question for them. Where in this book, in the Quran, does it actually say so? Nowhere. In fact, nowhere. And the word, in fact, burqa or niqab is not even mentioned in the Quran. On what the people who wear this don't tell the non-Muslim public, that it's banned in Mecca, the holiest place in Islam. You can't perform the pilgrimage with your face covered.
This is not true.
You say it's not true?
This is not true. There is actually a clear passage in the Quran, is chapter An-Nur, which means
24:31,
where God says, "O Prophet, call your daughters and your wives to lower down their garments." The thing is, this passage has different interpretation.
You can interpret it.
He interprets it in that way, and I respect it. And this is my own interpretation.
But can I just say, in Britain, isn't something that makes us great and brilliant and wonderful that we have choice and we have freedom to express ourselves, to wear what we want,
no, I mean,
and we have that choice. Should we ever be told, regardless of whether it's something to do with religion or whatever it's to do with, should we ever be told, "Oh, you can or can't"?
This idea that somehow facial concealment is required in Islam is a nonsense, number one. Number two, it is not conducive to social cohesion.
In Europe, there are countries that have gone further down the line here, and that have banned the full face. In France, many claim that it's made France's social divide worse. In Belgium, women claim it's an attack on religious freedom. In Bulgaria, it's seen as part of a disturbing trend of intolerance and xenophobia. In the Netherlands, women feel that they are like prisoners in their own home. And in Austria, it's seen as a reaction to the rising popularity of the far right. It has no benefit.
That's what you might say. For example, why do you think a Muslim-majority country like Morocco has banned it, or Chad, a Muslim-majority country, has banned it, and Niger and other Muslim-majority countries have banned it? This idea that this tribal garment somehow is representative of Islam. How is this thing symbolic of Islam? How? I don't understand how someone's spirituality is within. It is not a facial symbol.
It's my own choice. I want to wear it. It's part of my faith.
It's not a facial symbol.
You know what? I respect his right to disagree with me. You know, he's got his own interpretation, and I respect that. But I find it difficult that a political party comes and superimpose their views and ban it. And not only that, trying to fine me for wearing and exercising my right to express my faith and identity.